I, the striking Viking, along with your genial correspondent, the Tripid Sister. And we're here with a very important message today. But before the message, a commercial. Are you subscribed to our channel? Are you? Are you? Are you? And do you get our notifications? The reason that we make these videos is for you. We're not here simply to amuse ourselves, although we do frequently from time to time amuse ourselves, but we're making these videos for your enjoyment. Please subscribe, like, comment. We love to see your comments and we like to answer you back. It's like having friends in the living room, only you're on the other side of the screen and you won't see this until a little bit later, but we enjoy your company. So thanks for stopping by. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share our videos. Now, on to the topic at hand, and it's a very important topic. It's the great mask debate. You remember back in the middle of March, we had 15 days to slow the spread and then 30 days to flatten the curve. That took us up until the end of April. Then we got May, June, July, and now the City Council has decided to enact an ordinance requiring people to wear masks in places of business. So they delivered by hand a letter from the City Council to all the businesses saying people are going to be required to wear masks. This is how you are to post it at your front door, and it's against the law for them not to wear masks, and you can refuse, so you should refuse service to anyone not wearing a mask, and you should call the police. Well, as you can imagine, that went over like a lead balloon. We were in a city council meeting on Tuesday. The mayor made a point of saying there will be no discussion about masks in this meeting. And when they invited public commentary, people started getting up, giving their opinion about masks. We had people giving medical opinions that wearing a mask is to prevent this contracting COVID is basically the same thing as putting up a chain link fence around your yard to keep those pesky mosquitoes out. Now, I will say that if I had the Ronas, I would be wearing a mask to protect other people from contracting it from me. But as long as we're social distancing and washing our hands, the chances of spread are very, very low. Some figures are coming in from various other locales that 80% of the tests which they've been administering that are coming back positive are faulty. And in Texas, they got the numbers from the Texas State Department of Health about the number of people who contracted the disease, the number of people who required hospitalization, and the number of fatalities as a result of the disease. And as it turns out, the number is somewhere in the vicinity of 0.14% of people are actually die from having the disease. It's been said that a lot of people on the man on the street interviews think that about 30% of people in the United States have already died from the Ronas. I mean, that's, a lot. That's between 30 and 50 million people, shall we say, have already died from this, and it's just not true. Here in our region, they've had about 900 and some odd cases and 9 deaths. When I first started paying attention, it was back in April to the numbers. It was 4, then it went up to 7, and now it's 9. And it's just not spreading. The numbers are coming back that the people who have it or have the antibodies are higher, but the number of deaths are way low in the basement. Someone said, they test you, and if you've ever had a cold or the flu, which, come to think of it, most of us have had a cold or the flu at some point, it shows up as being positive for corona antibodies. Anyway, the people who were speaking at the meeting, it ran the gamut from relatively polite and conciliatory to somewhat upset and condemnatory to vituperatively angry and saying that the city had no right to impose these restrictions. One fellow even said that they did so illegally because they didn't follow the state recommended procedure for putting it in place. In any case, there's been a huge pushback within the business community regarding the masks. They're not going to really enforce it. Now, I have been in three large business establishments just today, and I had my mask in hand. I didn't have it on, nor did I put it on, nor was I intending to put it on. If they'd forced the issue, yeah, I probably would have put it on and said, okay, well, I guess you don't want my business, and walked on out. But as it was, I walked around the store nodding and smiling at people. They were nodding and smiling at me, telling me have a good day, etc., including the employees. And then out of the business I went. So my point on this whole thing, to wind it up, is I don't think that masks have any positive bearing on the number of cases, on the number of fatalities, or on the potential for catching the Ronas. And that's my opinion. Now, if you want to wear a mask, you go right ahead. In a previous video, the sister said, if you're scared, stay home, fossilize if you want to. But as far as we're concerned, we're basically going about our normal everyday lives without fear. You know, faith is the absence of fear, right? So we'll keep the faith and we'll keep moving ahead. And we would like to hear your opinion regarding this whole mask fiasco. And no, we're not advocating that you stick elders like ourselves, if we should catch it, sticking us in nursing homes so that we can infect everybody else.
So my latest experience was we went out to a restaurant, and of course there was a sign on the door that said masks are required for entry. So I had one with me, but I didn't have it on. And as soon as I stepped in, the lady said, "You have to wear a mask." She's behind a 6-foot glass. And I said, "I can't eat with a mask on." "Well, I know, it's just that when you first come in, you have to have it on. And then I take it off to order my food and eat." What kind of sense does that make? Anyway, I don't have a lot of patience for that kind of thing. And so she had the option of either letting me order and getting some money from me, or me leaving and her continuing in her stupidity. I guess she opted not to be so stupid, because she went ahead and took my order. I did not put on a mask. There was no one else in the place, and she's behind a 6-foot glass. There was one lady that was sitting somewhere, and she thought it was pretty stupid too, and she didn't have on a mask. So there you go. Yeah, I'm not doing it, because I see more to this than what's being said. This has nothing to do with party. This has to do with power. And I will not be brought under the power of any. I mean, that's just the way it is. So I don't bow to stupidity. And I don't bow to anybody except God. So I'm not doing it. Like I said before, I understand it's not just about me. And I don't even want to hear the stupid guilt trip about, oh, you can make everybody else sick. Well, if you're afraid of getting sick, stay in your house. The rest of us will live our lives. If we choose to roll the dice on our own life, that's our own business. If you don't want to be infected, or you think everybody walking around is a potential bullet with your name on it, stay in the house.
That's right.
Stay home. The rest of us want to work. We want to see our families. We want to live our lives, and we're not going to do it under government control. So it's a choice. This is my body. It's my choice. I'm not doing it. I am not doing it. I will forfeit doing business with companies before I allow them to control my life like that. So I'm just saying that's where I am with it. I don't really care where you are with it. You just do you.
You're entitled.
What you're entitled. I'm not going to be mad with you or fall out with you because you want to wear a mask. to me, common sense says this: if breathing in and breathing out your own air for hours on end was so healthy, why is it if you lock a child in a freezer, they suffocate? Because they're not breathing out oxygen, they're breathing out toxins. You can't keep breathing that stuff in and stay healthy. It's just common sense. So I'm not doing it.
And we're not advocating you try that experiment at home.
I'm not doing it. So no, no, because I can see behind this. I see the motivations behind it, and I'm just not going to participate. I'm not.
Dark confederacies.
We were at the council meeting, and it was really something to see that when the mayor started screaming at this gentleman who was trying to tell them, who had told them that he worked on the emergency management team and that they did not follow proper protocol, and therefore the mandate that they imposed upon the city was actually illegal. You should have seen the expression on the faces of the council members, like, oh. And the only thing I could say was, uh-oh. I didn't mean to say it out loud, but I did. I was like, uh-oh. And well, if they didn't follow proper protocol, then it's just wrong. And the other thing is, if this is such a big deal, if this is a thing about the people, really about the people, why didn't they put it up for a vote?
Yeah.
Why didn't they ask the citizens and the business owners who's, this is affecting everybody's life? How can you just make a thing like that affects people's livelihood and think it's okay?
How are you going to do that?
And it's causing all kinds of other problems. Besides health risk, it's causing all kinds of other problems. And so how can you do that without giving the public who elected you to represent their desires a voice? You didn't give them a voice. So anyway, yeah, no, that's my voice. Okay? My voice says no, I'm not doing it. So there you have it. That's my side of it. And I told people a long time ago, you need to make up your mind what side it is you're standing on, because I am a firm believer. First of all, I'm a veteran. I didn't give years of my life serving my country for somebody to tell me I have to suffocate myself. I'm not doing it. I ain't doing it.
You heard her.
If you think I'm contaminated, keep your distance, okay?
Right.
Just keep your distance from me. I ain't going to be offended. Wave. Okay.
From over there.
Use a mega horn, whatever. I'm not going to be mad at you if that's how you feel. I understand that different people have different perspectives about this, and I understand both perspectives. But you can't be in the middle. You're either going to do it or you're not going to do it, and I'm on the not going to do it side. So that's all I'm saying. I'm not mad at you if you wear one.
Wouldn't be prudent.
Don't get mad at me if I don't, because if it's so effective, if they're so effective, then you wearing one ought to protect you from me.
That's right.
Right? If you're 6 feet from me and you're wearing one, and it's supposed to be so effective, then you won't get contaminated by me. So don't worry about it if I'm not wearing one. It's the same thing with vaccines and people that don't want to vaccinate their children. Well, if you believe in vaccinations, and I'm not saying that I do, I'm not saying that I don't have any kids in school that need to be vaccinated. But if you believe that vaccines are effective and you get your child vaccinated, what are they vaccinated against? Against getting contaminated from others that are not. So if the vaccine works, don't be flipping out because some child comes to school that wasn't vaccinated. Your vaccine is supposed to work so well. So there you go. That's my story. I'm stuck dead on it. That's where I am. So there you go.
That's what she said. Did you know that when we were young, now granted, we're talking about half a century ago, there were 11 vaccinations that you got between birth and graduation from high school. Now there are 57. Lord only knows what they're putting in there. Aborted fetal cells, alien DNA, who the heck knows? Anyway, so That's our topic for today. Masks. Let us know your opinion. We value your watching us, and we value you sharing us, and we'll look forward to seeing you next time. Remember, above all, keep dripping.